So, like a moth to a flame, I am back up in New Paltz and my beloved Shawangunks. Today I have come to the Coxing area of the Mohonk Preserve just to kind of putz around, and I need the spiritual energy, regeneration, whatever that I feel here. I just love to come here even by myself, just absorb the energy of nature. So from here I can hear the Coxing Kill is raging. I'm gonna go check out this waterfall known as Split Rock. This is the best swimming hole and probably one of the coldest swimming holes in New York. Obviously nobody's swimming today, but let's go check it out. Wow, the waterfall was really raging. It's a gray day, but I cannot wait to come back in the summer. This is the place to see and be seen. If you come here at about 4:30 to 5:30 on any day during the summer, you will see all the climbers who just finished their climbs. It's kind of a local spot and kind of an in-the-know sort of spot, but one of my favorites for sure. So now I'm over at the West Traps parking lot. I'm gonna walk from here to the Stairmaster and back, just get a little bit of cardio, stretch my legs. So I've been over to the steel bridge here a few times recently, but because today was the first time that I parked in that parking lot over there, it was the first time I came up the new trail. And as I was coming up the new trail, I just realized, oh man, the old stairs are gone. So the thing with the old stairs is I have so many memories of walking up them before a morning of climbing, just so full of hope and excitement and energy and just feeling like anything was possible. And then going back down the stairs at the end of the day and feeling like accomplished and just so full of life and love, tired, dirty, hungry, as happy as I could ever be. And those are my memories for many years here. The other thing I think of when I think of those stairs is all of the people that I climbed with. I had over 60 partners in 5 years, most of them in the year that I was living here. But most of all, I climbed with Beto, Joe, and John. And so thinking back on those times, that will never be again. They're very bittersweet memories, I guess. I mean, they're very happy memories, but I'm gonna have to work hard to recreate, I think, or recultivate something like that. But it just made me think of just going up the trail and seeing the stairs completely gone. You can't go home again. You can't step in the same river twice. Can you see in my face how tired I am? Last couple days have just gotten me a little bit haggard, but I think being up here in the Hudson Valley is just so good for my well-being. Well-being, physical, mental, spiritual. I just feel good. I stopped here in Beacon to break up the trip home. Beacon is a place that like 10-15 years ago used to be totally depressed. My dad worked here in Beacon, and I remember driving up the main street and there were maybe like 2 storefronts that were occupied. And now it's like super ritzy. It's just become such a hot spot for like art people, and it's right on the train line. I think it's the last stop on the train line. You get a lot of weekend people, and it's got a lot of cachet. It's also got some pretty darn good tacos, so I'm gonna stop and get a couple of tacos to fortify me for the ride home, which is about another hour to go. It's Taco Thursday. So I just got home a little bit ago. Man, it was just another great day, and I feel so fortunate to have been able to spend 3 amazing days in the last week up in my favorite place on earth, New Paltz, and then more specifically the Mohonk Preserve. I just love it there so, so much. I know that I want that place to be a part of my life in the near future, whether it's just going up there for day trips like I have been, which by the way, it's almost 4 hours of driving to do that, it's a lot, or whether it's moving there. I used to live there, and when I lived there, it was like every day was the best day of my life. I mean, truly, the summer that I lived there was the best time I've ever had in my life. Hands down. I was so healthy and I was just so full of joy and full of life and socializing and just being in nature every day. I felt amazing. I was so, so, so happy. I can't imagine being more happy than that. I don't know if that's a possible reality for me. I have been looking for places up there, and we'll see, I guess. One thing that I really loved about living up there was going out and exploring and just kind of researching, like, what are the best places to go to, like cultural things and nature, especially specific hikes and waterfalls and all sorts of stuff, landmarks, landscapes, restaurants. Of course, that was a huge part of living up there, was just like sampling all the delights. I loved exploring and then sharing that with friends who would come to visit, and like being able to be a tour guide and curate experiences for people based on like what I think they would like and everything. That was truly my favorite part about living there. I loved the climbing, obviously, but I loved that part of living there too. So I really didn't see anybody out today. I hiked from the West Traps parking lot to Madam G and back, which is about 2 miles, and I only saw 2 people, just a team of 2 climbers climbing the climb called Apoplexy in the Uberfall. That was it, which I was kind of surprised because so many climbers I know and locals up there are like, get out every opportunity. And it was 55 degrees today, March 1st, which is kind of crazy. But it was overcast and it was kind of windy, and I could see it was not the greatest day, but it wasn't the worst either. And to only see 2 people out, I was pretty surprised about that. I was thinking about how climbers really do get out and climb every chance that they can. And I used to be like that. And when I was living there, I became acquainted with some guides who were living there, and they would work all day guiding. After work, they'd go climbing. That kind of passion for climbing I used to feel that. I used to live that. I remember having that feeling, but I don't remember what that feeling felt like, because I don't feel like that now. I don't really have a lot of desire to climb right now. As much as I love to be around it, and I love to hike, and I love to interact with climbers, actually touching rock is kind of low priority for me right now. But I hope I will get back there, and if that's something that I have to fight to reclaim, then I think it's probably worth it. So maybe that'll be a big goal for me. Now this year, knock on wood, I'm feeling a little healthier, especially going up there. I think is so good for my well-being, physically, mentally, spiritually. But maybe climbing can become a part of my life again too.